Trailers ahoy. We got one for Gen V.
We did, that's true.
Which is What If the Boys, but it's school.
That's right.
What if the
School
boys-
for boys.
Yeah, but not exclusively.
No, also others.
Mostly people who shoot lasers and whatever, have blood powers and mind reading maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
One's an ant woman.
How many soups are there in the boys universe?
I don't know. I think they make a bunch and a lot of them die or they kill them.
Yeah.
And then some of them get through to school, I guess.
Yeah, right. Because the reveal in the show is essentially that the company, Voight.
Yeah.
Voight?
Voig. John Voig.
Vought. There we
Vought,
go.
yeah.
That they sort of altered the DNA of a bunch of pregnant women's fetuses, and then
they'll often then give them back, like, to families.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, or they'll just keep them in a lab, which will later be Homeland or whatever.
But this seems to be a later generation than the generation that produced like Starlight and A-Train and so forth. So I guess they did it for a couple of generations. So is this the last generation? Because if they've built this...
And we've seen babies.
Yeah, so if they've built this institution, then clearly they're like, there's going to be enough generations of this that they have to find a way to like train them and contain them and that sort of thing. So
absolutely. Yeah. It looks like it could be good. Yeah, it comes out end of this month, I want to say.
They're doing bad stuff to these kids.
Yeah, sometimes they
They're
are.
like, we thought we'd be going here and learning how to use our laser vision for good.
Like a Professor X guy or whatever, you know, but it's probably all like a corporation situation.
There also is there a Professor X style guy?
There probably is, but I don't know which one it is. I think if there was, it would be like a guy pretending to be that.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Who's not.
But it's interesting, I think, if they are going for like a
mentor figure that's really just
like a school for gifted mutants kind of thing. You would think that if they're going to do the satire of that, they would have a charismatic leader who's like that.
Yeah.
But I guess they've used that, like Giancarlo Esposito is kind of, you know how they always want him to be Professor X?
Yeah, okay.
He's always being fan cast as Professor X.
He still could be, I feel.
Still could be, yeah.
Yeah. Also, apparently, didn't he mention he spoke to James Gunn about a role or something?
Maybe.
We talked about that last week in the DCU. So someone's got to step up. I don't know who it's going to be. Maybe we can get him on the show. We'll poach him. We'll have him.
You think?
For this, yeah. We'll get him away. Marvel and DC.
Right. Oh, as a host.
Yeah, he can come in with us.
Okay, that sounds really good.
Yeah. He would love that, I think.
Yeah. He seems like way more of a laid back kind of dude.
He seems really
than every role that he's been sort of
where he's a complete psycho.
Yeah, absolutely. Where he's like this cool, calculated, calm
psycho.
Yeah. And it has sort of reached that point where, you know, all the fan casts are just what's his character's name in Breaking Bad? Mr. Chicken?
Mr. Chicken, yeah.
Mr. Chicken. They're all like, hey, we should cast you as a Mr. Chicken guy. But I think his range seems to be a lot greater than that.
I agree. Yeah.
He's Mr. Chicken. He's in one of the
he's in The Mandalorian.
He's in The Mandalorian, where he's sort of a Mr. Chicken guy.
Yeah, he is a Mr. Chicken guy.
He's in one of the Far Cry games where he's a real Mr. Chicken guy.
He's a Mr. Chicken
He's a Mr. Chicken who's a sort of a dictator of a country.
Yeah, okay.
With Mr. Chicken vibes.
Interesting. Yeah, he does do that Mr. Chicken guy.
But I think he does it very well, but I think there's more to him, and I would like to see that.
Yeah. There's also a trailer for Godzilla Minus One, which is a Japanese reboot of the franchise.
Yeah, and it's set post-World War II, I think. Yeah.
Looks incredible.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, the special effects are really... I don't know what the visceral, tactile, good. Like it feels like there is a practicality to them, and I don't even know whether that's true.
Yeah,
but it just feels like a suit stomping monster. But I don't know. I don't know what they've done.
Yeah, well, I don't know either. Looks good though. Yeah, no, it's sort of they. I mean, I know very little about Godzilla. The Japanese versions of Godzilla.
But if you know Godzilla, go on.
Well, but I mean, I certainly know Godzilla 1998 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
I certainly know that version.
Yeah.
Remember they couldn't pronounce that guy's name?
The Totopoulos.
Yeah, that's the one.
Remember the bit where they go, "That's a lot of fish."
Yeah,
and it was.
It was a lot of fish. Anyway, I don't know a lot about Japanese Godzilla, but I guess it seems to be they're sort of reverting him back to being
a monster
and a villain. And it's like the very early ones where he is the threat to humanity as opposed to the savior. And maybe this is a series where maybe this is a one-off. Maybe this is a series where he'll evolve back into being the hero again. Or maybe in this he's just misunderstood.
Maybe he is. Yeah. It seems as if also because we got some Monarch Legacy of Monsters stuff this week, like some more information and images. That's the Apple series, which is set in the universe we talked about a few weeks back with Kurt Russell and his son, Kurt Russell, who play the same character called Kurt Russell, where I think because we're recording this a bit early, there might have been a trailer for that at this point.
I see.
I don't know. But anyway.
But I'd say it's probably cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And the last trailer I want to talk about is called No One Will Save You.
Now, the only reason I wanted to bring this up, this is a horror movie.
It looks good.
It does look good, and it's sort of it's a period piece. It seems to be set in the 50s or 60s.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
And it's like a home invasion, but spoiler alert, it seems to be like Little Green.
It's E.T.
It's an E.T. style
It's got
situation.
Caitlin Dever, who I think is great.
But the only reason I wanted to bring this up is because if you go to YouTube and you search for No One Will Save You, there's a couple of different thumbnails. One is a sort of a generic one.
Yeah.
And one is like a clickbait thumbnail, a la a Mr. Sunday Movies.
Hells yeah.
Where it's like, it's got a picture of the alien you see at the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
Which is a sort of a big spin. It's like a little green man, but he's got big spindly legs and he's threatening. And it's got a big circle around it and a red arrow. And it's like, look at this. Are you seeing it?
It's not coming up.
Really?
I've got this, I've got one that just shows the monster.
Maybe they've changed it.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they've sneakily changed it, a la Mr. Sunday Movies.
I would do that, and I have done that, and I will continue to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm really not seeing it.
They've gotten rid of it. Those dogs.
Maybe that's why.
I'll find it for you. I'll find it using technology.
Did you say it was Nando V Movies who mentioned it?
Yeah, I saw it from a friend of the show, Nando V Movies, who was like, look at this, look what they've done. But at the same time, I probably would not have clicked unless I'd...
I did click because I had faith in it.
Oh, yeah.
It does feel a bit Cloverfield as well. Some people are like, is this a Cloverfield movie? And the answer is maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only PG-13. Boo.
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 We're going to have to see that lady's face get torn off.
Yeah.
Boo. Boo.
Boo.
Boo. Well, it's gone. It worked.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about it, aren't we?
We certainly are. Yeah. All right. Should we move it along then? Anyway, it looks good. It comes out. That's right. I was trying to find the date of it. It comes out September. And it's on Hulu. So even better. Great. Last bit of news, Mason.
Yes.
More Pirates of the Caribbean, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
Do you? You don't mind that?
I don't mind it at all.
You might. So this is
here it is. Here's the thumbnail.
Oh, that's dreadful.
Yeah.
I love it.
But to be clear, this is real.
No, I know.
It was on one of the official 20th Century Fox channels.
Oh, it was like an official channel.
Yes, this isn't a fake one. This is a real one.
Oh my God. I thought it was like one of those re-upload channels.
No. That's what I'm saying.
That's lovely.
Yeah, it is lovely, isn't it?
They're catching up.
Look at this guy. There's an emoji of the...
They're becoming self-aware.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, guess what, 20th Century Fox? Everybody's sick of circles and red arrows.
That's right.
They're sick of them.
We already ruined it years ago.
That's right.
Idiots. This is via LA Times. Craig Mazin spoke to them, who you might know as the showrunner of Chernobyl.
I do remember
but also
that
The Last of Us. Two great shows.
Hey, don't worry about the apocalypse. Last of Us, bro. Last of Us. Yeah, kill all those doctors and doom the world, but Last of Us, bro.
You're too tense about all the murders I did.
Yeah. And we're doomed, but Last of Us, bro.
So Craig Mazin said, we pitched a Pirates movie to Disney. He said, we pitched it and thought there's no way they're buying it. It's too weird. And they did.
Ooh.
And then he wrote, I don't know who that is, a fantastic script and the strike happened and everyone's waiting around. This is interesting to me that Craig Mazin, who has exclusively made good things.
Yes.
I mean, I think he also made superhero movie or something at some point.
Absolutely.
But obviously, people like that.
In the present day.
Yeah.
He had to work on some slop.
Yeah, and just the idea of like a very weird Pirates movie.
Yeah.
In a new direction.
Because those Pirates movies did go in some weird directions.
Yeah.
Not all of which were great.
It felt, by the end, also like pretty uniform. I saw a video on it. Who had this video where they were talking about how it became like, or maybe it was just, I think it was a comment I saw actually on a video. It was about the fake, there's a fake.
Do you want to go any smaller than that?
No.
Okay.
The video was.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So it's by Filmento, and the video is Dead Men Tell No Tales, the imposter Jack Sparrow. And it's basically like the Jack Sparrow in that is not the real Jack Sparrow, whether that be intentionally or not, but it's a guy pretending to be Jack Sparrow because he's not.
Yep.
Like all the things that he's doing are kind of Jack Sparrow-esque, but it looks like he's doing a
Jack Sparrow impression.
Yeah, which is true. And I think the comment was something along the lines of, after the first Pirates movie, they started writing Jack Sparrow.
Yes.
As opposed to letting Johnny Depp take the material and just do it in a
I feel that's the same way they started writing Doctor Who after a while. I feel like I've talked about this before, but I think when they did the Eccleston and Tennant seasons, those guys brought a certain amount of cool to Doctor Who that it had not had before. It had been fun and interesting, but it was never cool.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're like, what if we wrote him as really cool and everybody thought he was cool? Well, that's not cool anymore.
When everyone told him it was cool.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden that wasn't cool anymore.
I mean, it's a bit cool.
Yeah, but it's the same with this. It's like he brought that odd...
Yeah.
Like he clearly got a normal script and he went, I'll be a bit odd about it and strange, and people will respond to that. And they went, well, what if we made him the strangest, weirdest guy?
Yeah.
Well, then it doesn't work as well, does it?
Exactly. Yeah. So there you go. Pirates. Anyway, should we move it along?
Yes.
Ah!